Greetings, everyone. Good evening. Welcome. I am trying to be my own tech team tonight to get people on, but we'll be here comfy and cozy on YouTube as not YouTube, Zoom, as the YouTube stream is doing what it does. But anyway, I'm excited to have you all here. Feel free to keep your cameras off, turn them on, whatever you like. I only ask that you keep your mics muted until you have a question. I'm excited to chat with you all this evening. If at any time you cannot hear the audio clearly, please just tap any emoji in the chat because that lets me know. I am known to just talk and I get so excited about what I'm discussing to where I forget to make sure that you all are still there. So let's talk about marketing trends to watch and strategies to win. I have been doing I've been in this marketing arena for a little while, not since the dark ages, but long enough for me to know exactly what to tell you. Before I start, I always like to start my workshops and webinars with thanking my first five. If your name is on the screen, you were the first five to register for tonight's chat. And I just thank you. I thank all of you all for registering because that shows that you have some care and some concern about your marketing. And I get it. I understand that many times we don't care to know about marketing. It sounds sometimes overwhelming, too much. It might be the least of your interest, but you're here because you know that it's very important. So thank you all for being here. And just a quick shout out to the first five that did register. So I am Tiffany Marshall, and I am the head of marketing operations at Clear Resource Marketing Group. And kudos to my team, Shiomi, Arnisha, for helping me run everything, my content specialist and my graphic designer. I don't do what I do by myself. I do it with people that assist me. Angel, big hug. I always remember her red hair. Angel, I hope you are nice and warm up there. But anyway, so I my journey in marketing started shortly after I graduated college. I graduated magna cum laude. That was a big deal for me to have a 3.8 because my freshman year in high school, I struggled a little bit. And if you know anything about academia, your freshman year in high school, your freshman year in college as well is very important. So I kind of fumbled the ball my freshman year in high school. Some of it was my fault, some of it wasn't. But anyway, it took me 3 years, like sophomore, junior, and senior year to really get back on track. But my GPA still was not high enough, to get some of those state scholarships where I would have a free ride and just other scholarships in general. So we know what student loan debt is like. But anyway, I graduated magna cum laude. I interviewed for a job. I was hired at the end of my interview. So you could not tell me that life wasn't peaches and cream, right? I was still living at home, so everything was cool. And then I also had my car that was paid off. My car was gifted to me and it was paid off. So I thought that life was comfortable until I moved out and my paycheck just wasn't a paycheck, right? I just felt like, what? And I had a friend at the time say, well, girl, just get a second job. That's what everybody does. That did not sit right with me. I'm like, I didn't go to college, girl, like I just graduated. I was fresh from college. I graduated with 3.8. Like, I was hired after my interview. I'm the bomb.com. I'm not working a second job. And I was just very unsettled with that. And not only did I move and get a new apartment, y'all, I went and got a new car. I got me, it was a Honda, um, what I had, a Honda Civic, and she was new. She had less than 100 miles on her. So I was just living on top of the world. But my check was not checking. And I remember sitting in my classroom one day during my planning period, and I was just Googling. I went on YouTube and I Googled, how to make more money. And that's when I came across an Oprah Winfrey interview, one of her, when she was talk show. This was big hair Oprah, when she had her daytime show, and she was interviewing an author who was discussing, his challenges with publishing his book and how publishers were turning him down, not because the content wasn't good, it was because they told him that these secrets should never be revealed to the public. And I was like, if the book is that good, I need to get it. You all, I read that book in 3 days, like no lie. Like I changed like my routine, my class, my lesson plans. Like I had the students just reading and doing stuff to where they needed the least of me possible because the book was just that good. And in that book, he talked about, starting a business and talked about taxes and things like that. So I was like, I don't want to start a business, but I want more money. And if, the tax laws and structure kind of favor business owners, let me give this a shot. And that's when I started my first boutique or online boutique. I was selling jewelry accessories on Instagram, right? And so I was averaging $300 to $500 a week. Now, you may say, Tiffany, that's not a lot of money, but it was good money for me. And it helped me out a lot because I just was like, I'm introverted. I can stay home, post pictures, and make money, right? And so, flashback to my freshman year, actually graduating high school and heading into my freshman year of college, I wanted to run for student council or class council in college. So on MySpace, anybody remember MySpace? We had, although we had, your page where you can add your music, there was also message boards and groups. So we started creating groups around our freshman class. So myself and my dear friend to this day, Morgan, we were in that MySpace group campaigning, and we were almost kicked out of the running because we didn't know that we couldn't campaign prior to being on campus. So I just learned how to share and market, and it worked to my advantage because being the person that I am, I like people, but I'm still introverted. It helps me be all that I can be, if that makes any sense. And so I love to share this story because I have the millennial advantage. Many people have negative things to say about millennials, but when it comes to marketing and digital marketing, it's my generation that they use to get their stats, their statistics, and all of their data. It's my generation that came up with the emoji before there was an emoji. We were using keyboard symbols, right? To that are now emojis. So it's us that they got their first data from. There were people who had been in the world of marketing for ages, studying us and trying to talk to us to just measure and really study our behavior. And so that makes me the best fit to share this information with you because not only do I live it, I have created it. And so you probably even remember AOL Messenger. My generation, we learned how to type fast, not because we had keyboarding in school, which we did, but everybody did not have that class. But we learned how to type fast because we had AOL Instant Messenger, right? We even, I don't know, anybody know this guy in this picture? This is a snapshot of Black Planet back in the day. Like I learned my basics of coding by modifying and personalizing my Black Planet page, like learning how to change font, text, and all that kind of stuff came from me using HTML coding on Black Planet, right? And this is Kevin Durant's Facebook page. And so if you're in sports, you know who Kevin is. And I've been teaching social media classes since about informally 2016, but I started my real social media classes in 2019 as pictured here. So I'm excited to just share information with you from my heart in the most humble way possible. And if you've been in any of my social media classes, you know that I am real and I'm tag team. I have people on different streams watching. So I'm trying to make sure that I am chatting with everyone and not forgetting anyone. All right, so marketing. What is marketing? And I want you to think broad. This is not just about social media. I do social media teachings and I will touch on social media in this piece, but I want you to think beyond social media. And if the 12-hour disappearance of TikTok hasn't shown us anything, or temporary blackouts of Facebook and Instagram at random times have not taught us anything, we should remember that we need to think of marketing outside of just digital media. And so marketing is promoting what you have. What goods and services do you have that need to be known? People cannot buy what they don't know about. You have to tell people what you have to offer. And I like to think about Target. No one really gets up and says, "Oh, I have to go to Target to get this. I just have to get it from Target. It's nowhere else." Target is that store that when you walk in, you're most likely greeted by someone. It might be security or someone, but you're greeted by light, and there's open floor, and straight ahead, there's your bullseye section. There's nothing that you really need in that section, but because it's easily accessible, it's right there when you walk in, and those are low price items, you are most likely to pick up something in that section. Okay. And so if you have a list when you walk into Target, for example, you're adding more because Target is designed the products to purchase, right? So I know I'm not the only person who have been at Target and I've gotten more than I really intended. Another store, Publix. Y'all, I go into Publix, no lie, with a list of things I am going to get. But there's something about that BOGO. That BOGO is going to hit every time. Publix is not in all states, but in the southern region, I believe, like some southern stores, or mainly probably some of the East Coast stores, we have a grocery store by the name of Publix. And they have great BOGO deals. And you will be greeted by BOGO as soon as you walk in. A few days ago, I walked in and they had BOGO carrot cake. Y'all, carrot cake has not been on my mind, but it's like $3.99 and I can get two. And so what I do many times is I get BOGO and I keep one at home and I'll take one to work. But those stores, they have a way of telling you what you need. Okay. And we have to understand when it comes to marketing, you have to help people and tell them what to buy. It's just that simple. Many times we leave the buying to the consumer, but consumers don't put much thought into buying. The average, I always want to I always want you to remember this number three. Third, there's in marketing, there are certain numbers, 3 and 100, and I'll touch on 100 later. But think of third grade thinking level. Third grade is a pivotal grade in the educational field. And studies have shown that most people think on a third grade level. Their buying decisions have to be easy. And how can you make buying the easiest for your prospects? That is you telling them what to get. That is why when you go take your car to get serviced, they're telling you what you need. And it's like, this is my car. I don't want to lose it. My car is so valuable to me. So I need to make sure that I keep it. I need to keep it up. So they're the experts. They told me this is what I need. It's not really my budget, but I'm going to get it anyway because I understand the importance of having a healthy car. Okay, so keep that in mind. You have to truly believe in yourself and your product or your service. And this is really reflected, your confidence and your belief in what you have to offer is reflected in how you show up, how often you promote yourself, and in your pricing. I can tell when certain business owners don't have that confidence in themselves because they lowball themselves. Their prices are low, or they don't show up, or you ask them what they do and they really can't tell you. So when it comes to marketing this year, you're going to have to be very clear in what you do and be able to articulate that so that you're speaking to people. People are looking to buy, and I want you to be encouraged. I don't care what Consumer Reports read. Actually, they kind of favor us in a way, but I don't care what Consumer Reports read. I don't care how high the debt ceiling climbs. Consumers are going to do their job and they're going to buy. Last Christmas 2024, December 2024, consumers spent more money than they had in years. Just let that soak in. So while unemployment increased, people buy to fill a need. So when people feel depressed, they're doing something to fill that gap. They're doing something to fill that need. If they're upset, if they're happy, we find ways and reasons to pacify our flesh in the area of consuming. We are consumers. So believe in yourself. And I want you to start talking about what you do more often and do not assume that people know what you do. I am going to give you roughly 11 tips within 60 minutes. Okay. And there were some questions that came through via email. And I will probably answer those in short video after our time together because I know it's Sunday night. Hopefully you have some time to yourself tomorrow. And kudos to you if you watch football and your team is playing. Kudos to you. My team right now, well, I won't say my team, but I have a team of preference that I want to win. They are down, so fingers crossed that by the end of this webinar, it's good news when I get off of here, but it's all good. So second, have a process in place, okay? You cannot sell what you don't promote. And understand that when you confuse, you lose, okay? When you confuse, you lose. When it comes to your products and your services, you want to ensure that you have one main thing that you are known for. When you see golden arches, what comes to mind? Do you think of tacos? Neighbors have bills to eat. Right? No, when you see golden arches, you think of the hamburger. Okay? Every company has one thing that they are known for. Of course, you have a menu list of items, but you reel them in with that one thing. And let me tell you this. You have to get to the point of knowing your clients. And there are services and products that you have available that they need, but they don't initially want. So when you market, you have to lead with what they want. And once you reel them in, give them what they need. Start with what they want and then give them what they need. Okay? And there's a way to have that process that's stacked up. Start with what people want and then you sell with what they need. And understand, I have this one thing, and if you have more, like if you have multiple services and you're like, Tiffany, I can't scale down on one thing to promote. Yeah, you can. This month, this is what you're going to focus on because January, this is what they need. In February, you're going to focus on this, and this will help you with your systems and your follow-up. So for example, when I moved in to my new apartment, I had, I just have housekeeping because I just think it just one thing I'm going to pay for to help me. Okay. And so I didn't realize that 7 weeks had went by. And this woman, she messages me every holiday. And then there's a, hey, it's been 7 weeks. It's time to have your refrigerator cleaned out in your microwave. It's time. And it was cute how she said it. She basically was like, I need to clean your microwave. I need to clean behind your stove. What's up? Because in 7 weeks, I know you have some crumbs back there. She has all these other services that are provided, but she led with, I know your kitchen needs to be clean because your kitchen is one thing you use every day. Right? So think about something that you're going to focus on, and that's what you're going to push. And that will help you not be confused. You don't have to post about every single thing that you do. You can focus on one thing. When you're sending out your emails, you can focus on that one. Oh, and here is the email that oh no, this is another email. If you know me, if you know Tiffany, if you don't know me, you're learning now. And that is, you all know that I buy me some Toro Birch. You know that, and I'm unashamed about it. I receive text messages from the Fort Lauderdale store, from the Orlando store, and from the store in Georgetown. Okay, because I visited DMV a lot. And I've had personal shopping experiences. I've had boutique experiences. And why? Because they have a system and structure in place to tell me what I want. The one girl at the Georgetown store, she remembers my last purchase and she sends me photos and little videos, mainly photos of the shoes similar to what I recently purchased. Why? Because she has a structure and a system in place to follow up with me. This is marketing. This is beyond social media. She's promoting what she's having and she's making that connection with me. Does it make sense? Is it making any sense? Y'all let me know. Thirdly, you want to make sure that you are getting back to understanding that your customers are human just like you. They are experiencing things just like you. So instead of saying, I sell X, Y, and Z, you want to add a storytelling piece to it. So for example, I have been able to save my marriage because I'm spending less time in my business and more time with my spouse. When I have a client tell me that, I'm like, "Girl, I'm just helping you systemize your business and giving you some marketing tips." What? I don't know if Lakeisha's on here, but I thought about her with this second example that I want to share with you. And just hypothetically run through this with me. I don't know verbatim, but I just kind of know context. My father passed away 2 years before my marriage, and I was completely devastated because I had just gotten engaged. So I was really wondering how I can include my father in my ceremony because I miss him so much. It's troublesome to think about how he can physically be there because he's no longer here with me in person. However, getting my bling bouquet was an inspiring moment for me. My bouquet designer inserted my father's picture in a charm. My father wasn't there with me physically, but he was able to walk me down the aisle spiritually. Does that make any sense? So I'm not saying, hey, come buy my bouquet, but I'm telling a story behind it. You know, if you are in fitness or anything like that, you need to be talking about the change, the impact that you're helping people with. You're not just helping them lose weight. My client came to me 72 pounds overweight, obese, and pre-diabetic. She could no longer walk in her favorite heels or put lotion on her feet correctly. Within 12 months or 12 weeks of a customized plan, we were able to lower her body weight by 6% and she lost 15 pounds. She now can walk, 15 minutes longer in her favorite pair of shoes, whatever it may be. You have to tap in to the emotional part of your clients. Buying is emotional. We are moved to give people money when we have a certain connection and feeling. Okay. There are some people, and if I could be honest, there are some people when you're at the red light, you may give a person with a homeless sign money based upon how you feel or how you triggered. I work in a building where it's a public building and there are people who are unhoused. They use the public restrooms. There's something that triggers in me, not to give them money, but to probably give them a snack or give them something. Buying is emotional. And so when you're marketing and promoting what you have, tap into the humanistic tendencies and experiences that they are having. Your clients are going through a lot, good or bad. We all have highs and lows, right? So you want to think about the story, right, of how you are having a positive impact with them. You're not selling weight loss plans. You're giving somebody their life back. Okay. Next, I don't know if Chandra is on here. I talk about my clients, former and present, because I know them and I know that they trust me with their business. But if you've taken any of my social media classes back in 2017, 18, 19, I was a do this, don't do this type of coach because that's how social media was. When we talk about marketing, it's more about being your authentic self and loosening up, like have fun. I want you within the next 24 hours and maybe even tonight to roll through your content and really, is it fun? Is it engaging? Will people like you? My friend April, I think, is on here. I think I saw her pop up. I'm not sure. I'll have all these screens around me. She's a hot dance teacher. She can shake her bum bum like nobody business. That is fun. That is exciting. So she had a fitness class or a dance class I would want to go because she's shaking her bum and having fun, right? So look at your content and think about ways where you can loosen up and be yourself. This is why most of TikTok users just embrace that app. We enjoy that you can get on camera without makeup. We enjoy, I can't say enjoy because it's back, right? We enjoy that you can get on TikTok and there is no aesthetic. You just go in there and get and post what you want to post and go live, and the algorithm is going to take care of you. So in your content, loosen up. And I want you to, in your verbiage, I'm going to talk about this when I touch on AI in just a few minutes. I want you to start posting when it comes to your digital content, your captions. I want you to start typing the way that you would talk to your clients in person. Okay. And I'm not saying use bad grammar or anything like that, but I want your content to be easy to digest so that it sounds like you're having a conversation with people and not that you're talking at them. And when you're doing something outside of business, please feel free to share that. You know, I remember assessing and auditing my own social media platforms, and I was like, oh my gosh, I look like all I do is business. Meanwhile, I'm like cutting it up in the dog park with Ace. I don't share any of that. Or enjoying an ice cream cone, or just acting silly. Most people don't know that I'm silly, and I have my own vocabulary. So that's more genuine content that you want to share. So loosen up, and that makes people feel more comfortable to approach you. There is one attorney on TikTok, and she does like a get ready with me and her going to the courthouse. Imagine how people feel approaching her about even, retaining her because she's approachable. If you are a therapist or a life coach, there are heavy and pressing issues, but you don't have to get on camera and be like, listen, this is how you take care of this. You want people to feel that you are approachable and yet authentic in what it is that you have to offer. Okay? And this is so important. Build upon in-person experiences. Virtual is great, but people are still yearning for human interaction, especially post C-19. People are wanting to meet and greet and touch and collaborate in more ways than one. And honestly, I believe that's more effective. You get more done when you're, with someone in person, you know. So in-person experiences, when you are out, try to find someone in the room whom you could benefit or vice versa. Meet up with people, attend events, and have a purpose for attending. So I am very introverted. So I am not going to be first to volunteer to go to a networking event. But when I do, I have a plan. I know what time I'm going to get there. I set a time to leave, and I said I'm going to touch at least 3 to 5 people. I'm going to connect with 3 to 5 people, and I exchange cards. And so what I do is when I exchange business cards, I input their information into my CRM software, and my software starts to trigger an email sequence. It says, hey, Abigail, how are you? It was great meeting you at the 2025 Marketing Trends event. I look forward to connecting with you. What's your social media? My first email is never pitching what I do. That's just my preference. My first email is to connect with them. So I may say, hey, Manuel, it was great chatting with you at the networking event downtown Miami. Do you have any programs coming up? Do you have any events coming up? Or how can I connect with you on social media? Always find a way to start building upon in-person communities. And then can I have one person just put community in the chat? You have to start taking community. Hey, April. Hey, Christine. You have to start taking networking and community seriously. Networking and community is important to ensuring that people know that you care about them. So no matter what you sell, no matter when you decide to change, people are still going to value your presence, your skill, and your expertise. But many times we get in business and we position ourselves as if people owe us something. You're not the only person who does what you do. You're not the only great person. There's someone right now coming up with the plan, coming up with the recipe, coming up with the design, coming up with the talking points, coming up with the blueprint that can be competitive to ours. But when you build community, those people stay loyal to you no matter what. So think about, how am I going to build community? Does that mean that I'm going to create, a Facebook group and engage with them? Am I going to host monthly or quarterly events and engage with them? Am I going to start a book club? Am I going to start a writing club? Am I going to engage in communities that are already established so that I don't have to cultivate my own, which you should, but think about a way to where you can start building community. And here is an important number: 100, 100. Many times when we think that I need to be successful in business, or I have this income goal, most people income goal, it seems like 6 figures is that magic number, or whatever, whatever, whatever. Studies have showed us when you have at least 100 loyal people in your community, you will always be okay. Okay, I don't have time to go into that. I wish I could, but it's like the law of 100 in marketing. So build your list, like literally get a pencil and paper and write down 100 and start to write down names of people that come to your events. Look at your email marketing. Look at people who open your emails. People who open your emails, give them a thank you. You can segment them and you can send them another email. Say, girl, thank you for opening this email, because most people don't. Your email rate, you want to see if you can get it to like at least 20%, 20% open rate. So you want to pay attention to those who are paying attention to you. One thing I do with my clients is in their intake forms, I ask them for their birthday and they get a birthday message. This year, we're starting to ask for anniversaries. Send a happy anniversary. Depending on your business, you might even want to send, if your clients have children, send your client's husband a happy Father's Day. That man is supporting that woman in business, and he's supporting her in business, and because she's in business, she can pay you. So think about how you can really connect with people and show that you value them, because any of us, right, is replaceable, but you want to be memorable. 6, we have to be forward thinking. We have to be forward thinking. We cannot be behind. For years, I have been telling people that is not the only platform that you want to rely on. Okay? You want okay, I had a glitch. You want to make sure that you are pulling yourself out of your business and giving yourself a 5-year strategy of what you're going to do, what your business goals and dreams are. Because most people don't start to think about their business until they get online. We were talking about AI years ago, but it's more accessible now, especially ChatGPT. So your year should be planned. Whatever your Valentine's offer is, that should already be in the funnel to market. You know how, like, when we were shopping in November or October, and we were like, oh my gosh, why is all this fall stuff out? Then we were shopping in December and we saw Valentine's stuff out. It's like, well, can we put up the Christmas tree first? There are marketing teams. The marketing teams sit down and all this content is ready. When you walk into Target, they have, why I keep talking about Target? When you walk in there, they have the Valentine's stuff out, baby. They about to put St. Patty's and Spring out. So what are going to be your core offerings? And a way to simplify it for yourself is to say, I'm going to have one signature event or one signature program a month, or I'm going to do this bi-weekly, and just schedule it and have it ready to go so that you're not always chasing your tail. And that way it's easier for you to market or promote. If I ever ask you what's coming up with you in your business, you should always have a response. You should always be able to tell me, always be closing, ABC, always be closing. It's not grammatically correct, but it makes sense. Okay? So sit down and give yourself, some time to think about, what am I going to do in business? Because there's so many things for you to manage, especially if you are what I like to call a solopreneur. an independent business owner and if you work full time. There's so much that you're juggling. So if it's like 30 minutes a week or an hour a week that you just pull away and be the brains of your business and plan and strategize, do that for yourself. And that's one of the reasons why I started virtual co-working, because I'm like, you need just 1 hour a week without distractions to where I can just think and brainstorm means so much. Okay, y'all still there? You're still with me? We're almost done. We're almost done. We're almost done. And again, I'm going to do a social media specific class because I want to delve into these platforms. So if you're in my Facebook group, I'll probably do it in there. But anyway, content, video content, video content, video content. Post videos, people. Post videos, post videos, post videos, post video. I don't know how to sing, but I am. Oh, whether it sounds good or not. All right. And I think my last sister on here. And she's a songbird, but anyway, hey Renee girl, don't laugh at me. April sings too. But anyway, here's just some stats. This is not even stats that blows anything out of the water. But 2 weeks ago, I was contemplating on going to Target and or Walmart. And I literally was contemplating on which store to go to, y'all. I sat in my car, my hair was because I just walked through the rain, but I was like, I don't care. I want to know what my followers think. And for some reason, my Facebook audience, most of them live in Texas. So I don't know what that's about. And I was just like, where should I go? 1,000 views, some comments. And what I noticed was most of those people weren't even following my Facebook page. So video content is always going to thrive, and write down short form. So many people don't like to go live or they don't like to post video because like, I don't know what to talk about. How long should I? Listen, short form video will be a win for you. And that's another reason why we like Reels, YouTube Shorts, and TikTok, because we can get a lot of information very quickly. And listen, people are wanting to digest information quickly because they're scrolling. Okay? They're scrolling. So the quicker they can get your content, the more they see your face, they're good to go. Does that make sense? They're good to go. This does not mean that long form video is out, because it's not. Okay? But to get started and to market, post video, and don't worry about having the most edited content. For some reason, the content that I touch the least has the greatest impact. Same for my clients. People want that real, authentic content. Okay, so post video, and I'm going to be sharing some ways in my Facebook group how to post my video, because you don't have to always be the creator of the video. One thing that's trending is to screenshot an article, put it up in your background as the green screen, and talk about what that article said. Why? Because people don't read and they don't want to read. So if you can give them a news update or anything that is relevant to them, they're going to watch it. I don't know if Christina's on here, but she does bookkeeping. If there are any tax preparers on here, this is your season. People don't like getting their bookkeeping together. People don't like spreadsheets. People don't like numbers. Realtors, where are my realtors? This is great for you all to start help talking about your content and what you have available, because people have a little more money at their expense right now with it being tax season. So they might be ready to make that down payment on the house. Maybe this is a great time for you to collaborate with a personal finance strategy or personal finance coach, and you all can go live or do a short Q&A and help people strategize how to make the next $3,000 to meet their down payment for the house or something like that, or a credit specialist. People are not interested. Let me tell you, if you're a realtor on here, we can care less about how good a house looks. We do that well on our own. We get on Zillow. Of course, the information on Zillow is not correct, but we can get on Zillow. We can get on Pinterest. We know how to find cute houses. We know how we want to decorate. So you showing us how cute the cabinets are and how wide the bedroom is not helping us. We can do that on our own. You have to tap into the real reason that people are not buying homes. Okay. And you could do that in the form of video content. So post more videos. And I want you to push your creative edge. This goes to authenticity, having fun with your content. You know when you're pushing your creative edge, when you are doing content that you're not used to doing, where you're showing ways you're not showing up. Okay. So for those of you who have some social media tips, I'm kind of trying to interweave that into, thinking of marketing on a big scale. Okay. What's another way that you could push your creative edge? I don't have the mug near me, but I have my QR code on one of my coffee cups. It's a tumbler, right? And my line sister who designed it wanted to put the QR on my shirt. And I was like, and she was like, I didn't put it on your shirt because I know how you are. I know that you know somebody said it behind you and you'll probably go off. And I was like, me and you are correct. But let me tell you, I went to a conference in July. It was July or August. And the amount of people, no, it was like two or three people who had QR codes on their shirts. And you saw everyone like around them scanning their shirts. And I was like, I should have just pushed my creative edge and let her put the QR. Maybe I could put the QR on my sleeve and not on my back. I just think that would be too uncomfortable. But think of a way that you can step outside of your box to let people know who you are. And this does not cost much money. So when it comes to marketing, we think that we have to have a lot of money, but we don't. In fact, April and I, we were at a restaurant in West Palm Beach, and this guy was walking around in a shirt and like some shorts. And I'm like, why is he going to everybody's table? He better not come over here talking over my food. And he came to our table talking over our food. And so he was very nice though. And kind of find out he was the owner of the store, of the restaurant. I was like, oh, owner, let's talk. And so look at me, quick change. And so I asked him, being me, I asked him about his marketing and social media. And that man told me that he has not spent a dollar on marketing. He was like, it's all being word of mouth. So when we talk about relations and building with people, don't think that you have to pour so much money into marketing. Social listening, we're almost done, you all. Social listening is so important. Social listening means that you pay attention to what's around you and you move accordingly. So, what is happening in the world right now that relates to you? So, as far as like my people who are marketing, we have a lot that we can talk about. If you are in health and wellness, there's a lot of talk about Ozempic and different weight loss methods. This is your time to shine and create content, make connections, have events, attend events, promote what you have based upon what's going on. And I like what Georgia State University does with their marketing. So Georgia is I love the state of, I like the state of Georgia, but Georgia State University, when you think of universities in Georgia, you don't necessarily think of Georgia State first. You might think of, the Bulldogs, right? But Georgia State was like, you know what? We are going to make sure that we stand out, and you're going to see blue all over our content. We're not red and black. We're not the Bulldogs. Okay. And so they are intentional about including their mascot in all of their well, not all of it, but a lot of their content and the color blue so that you could differentiate. No, we're not Georgia Bulldogs. This is who we are. This is who we are. And there are a lot of campus life and student life on their social media. And I was like, that's brilliant because even as an alumna of my university, I don't know what's going on until I get an email that I probably won't read or I'll scan through. But I don't want to wait until homecoming to find out that we have a new building or a new dorm or a new club. I would love to see what my alma mater is doing by just scrolling on social media, and that's what they're doing. So, what can you do? What's going on around you to where you can come up with content, connections, events that you respond to for yourself? Okay, it doesn't have to just be digitally. Maybe there's are some events that are coming up. If you are in the art world, you should have been in Miami. You should have been in Miami in December, making connections and getting out there. You always, five is like the golden rule. Try to introduce your business to someone, at least five people a day. So that's whether you're posting, talking, emailing, connecting. Five is golden. AI is your friend. AI is your friend. AI is your friend. Artificial intelligence. There are many things in AI, but let's zone in on ChatGPT. You are welcome to screenshot this because I want you to use ChatGPT, but I don't think I have it up here. But please, when you're talking to ChatGPT, tell your ChatGPT, tell your ChatGPT to stop using all those emojis. Use GPT, but we shouldn't know that you're using it. And for some reason, GPT loves the little cheer pom pom and the rocket ship. I don't know what it is, but it's so inauthentic. It looks GPT. Okay. I also suggest that you use GPT to help you with your, your proposals, contracts, anything. It can help you with so much related to your marketing. Use the audio feature so that it can hear your voice. So you can use the audio feature by the dictation mic, or you could talk to the voice. And that's so important. So I think it's important to explain certain things, upload your brand style guide, feed it photos that you've already taken, because you have to coach it. You just can't rely on it to do everything for you. You got to group it. Be very clear and specific. I like to give GPT examples or like context to say, hey, here's what I'm going through. Give me a plan for this. I use GPT just outside of business to meal prep. Like, hey, listen, I need to eat less bread and less sugar. Create me a high protein diet for, like be specific with it and have fun. But the most important thing that people don't know is you can talk to it. So talk to it so that it helps you. Are there any questions? Any questions? You good right now? You good? You good? Hey, Toya! Yes, the QR code is serious. The QR code is serious. All right. So I invite you all to join me for how to win clients and keep them. That is the next webinar that's coming up. But tonight I am going to, well, you'll be receiving an email because it's scheduled to go out to you. I am going to give one of you an offer to have a laser session with me because I want to help you implement this content. There is so much when it comes to marketing, and it changes based on where you are in your business. If you're just starting, if you are, years in, it changes based upon your industry, what you serve, who you serve, the price point. So I am going to make sure to help you all in that. So I will be granting a 2-hour laser session, which is a value of $379 for free. So if you register to attend, I will send you that information on how you could opt in for to win one of those sessions with me. Thank you, Keisha Boo. Thank you for being here. Christine wants to know how long is short form. Great question, Christine. From 2 to 3 minutes. From 2 to 3 minutes. So short form video, 2 to 3 minutes. Even if you start with 1 minute, that's good. So like get your point one. What I like to do, Christine, is I do like one for my clients. We do 1 minute and like leave them on a cliff, give them a cliffhanger. Give them a cliffhanger, and then we do a part 2. And that works excellent on TikTok as well. Okay. So 2 to 3 minutes is the soft spot. Okay. And y'all, there's so much that I want to share. I just try not to do too much because I don't want to be too difficult. And like in my in-person workshops, we dive in super deep workshop, all that good kind of stuff. And can I just encourage you all? I sent out an email to a group of ladies that I spoke to some months ago at a business prayer breakfast, and I just told them it's time to level up. If you consider yourself a kingdom entrepreneur. I want you to stop playing it safe. I want you to be about your business. The wealth needs to be in our hands. If you are a good person, regardless of your race or your religious belief, but if you are a good person that has clean hands and a pure heart, I encourage you, I urge you, I implore you, I beg of you to take your business seriously so that you can get the money that you deserve, so that the wealth of this world will be in the right hands and we can start to change the dynamics of our families, of our communities, of our counties, and of our states, because we need the money to be in the right hands of the right people. Okay, so stop taking your business lightly. Stop playing it safe. If you got tired, take you a short break, but I need you to harness up, because let me tell you, there are people in your industry, they don't know any more than you do, but they are where they are because they were more consistent and they showed up more. That is it, y'all. That is it. So thank you for being here. Tell a friend and tell a friend that I'm back in the marketing game. Be sure to join me February 23rd and check your emails, because I'm going to be sending information on how you can win a free 2-hour laser session with yours truly. Thank you so much for being here and have a great one, everybody.